Good morning, trade pros. Welcome to our morning market update for this beautiful Monday, July 6th of 2020. Hope you guys had a great weekend and hope you had a great long weekend as well. Um, the market was closed for Friday, so we're reopening today on a very bullish note. We'll talk about that and more today. But yeah, I hope you had an amazing time with your family and loved ones and created some beautiful memories. And now it's time to get back to work. All right, all good things end. And I would argue that, we have one of the greatest jobs in the world. So let's take advantage of the opportunity today. Let's talk about the markets overnight, what's causing this big push higher in equities and how we could take advantage of it as traders. All right, let me just silence my phone because I always manage to get notifications or calls at the worst times. Lee, good morning. Quite the gap up over the weekend, indeed. Yeah, I agree. Okay, so here's the thing with Lee mentions on YouTube. This is an important point. There's quite little volume on equity markets. We are making this advance on some fairly thin volume, especially last week. So this week, the question that's going to have to be answered is, are they going to be buyers in these markets? Last week, it was a massive squeeze of the short side. All right, and this week early on, there is some proof or evidence that some more buyers are coming in. So we should have heavier volumes. And this rally is going to be tested. So far, it's going well, but there will be a test. All right. Let's talk about equities. What's causing this huge push? There was a front page editorial in China Security Times, all right, on Monday, so today, that they said that what we're seeing is a very bullish market. Now is more important to the economy than ever, and they pretty much urged it and encouraged their local citizens to get long. I mean, that's the best way to say it. They said, buy these stock markets. Let's get on board with the rally. We expect a bull market. When China says to their citizens, we expect a bull market, what that says, any other time, that's an empty statement. We expect the markets to go up. Yeah, duh, because the government always expects the markets to go up. So there's institutional money. Everyone expects the market to go up. What makes it more important tonight, and the reason it caused such a big rally, is they look where we're coming from, right? Coronavirus cases are still exploding over the weekend. Chinese numbers didn't come in that good in the last 2 weeks in terms of manufacturing. Car sales plummeted 50%. So all of that is still apparent. People know about these things. But when China says we expect a bull market, that's the Chinese look at this and say, look, guys, we're going to rally. What they're saying is we're going to support this, going to provide more stimulus. Let's get this thing going. The economy will recover. So let's just say that this week we start off with blind optimism, and let's see how that carries through. I'm looking for momentum and for how volume trades right off the open for a deciding factor. Okay. Equities in China are up 5.7%. That's huge. It's a big rally led by brokerages, then banks, miners, aviation companies, and developers. And here's the interesting part. A lot of this sentiment also is or comes on the heels of a Boeing announcement. Boeing announced that their 737 MAX aircraft is going to be scheduled for a test flight in the coming days. And if all goes well, the grounding for the aircraft that's now been over a year and a half could be lifted this September. All right. Dow Jones is going to be an important market index today. Watch it. There could be some upside. There could be some more strength or leadership on the correlations front, meaning the Dow could be the one that rallies the most. Or if it turns, it could turn the earliest. Watch the Dow for correlation indications. All right. Boeing is a 6% constituent of the Dow. Very important. So this Boeing news is putting a little bit of excitement in the markets as well. I don't know how many people are still going to travel. I know that they're starting to warm up to the idea it's going to pick up slowly, but I don't know if airlines are going to be able to operate at a profitability. So this Boeing aircraft coming back in September, I don't know if that's fantastic news. It's like, hey, here's another aircraft that now can fly, but will be grounded. It's safe, but just for the fact that there isn't as much demand or ticket sales. All right, we are seeing air traffic obviously increase and improve, and numbers pick up. But I don't know what it's going to look like by September, and no one does. All right, so that's another thing driving the upside sentiment. Here's the last thing that's driving the upside sentiment. It's driving it large, hard, and in charge. This is the one that's pushing markets up and has pushed markets and will continue to for months, potentially years to come. All right, this is an article from JP Morgan's analyst Nicholas Panigurtzoglou. He's probably Greek. Panigurtzoglou. I'm Bulgarian. We're neighbors. I apologize for the pronunciation there, Nicholas. But you didn't really give me a fair shot, to be honest with you. All right, JP Morgan analyst Nicholas P says the amount of money creation so far in the pandemic crisis is similar to what we saw during the 2008 and 2009 crisis. You guys remember that was a massive implosion of an entire housing market. This is a pandemic of a virus, which we don't know what the numbers are yet. All right, huge. This is a big comparison. So it is like one of those events that will go down in history, like 2008, like 2001. Okay, so we lived through a massive recession. Just everything happened so quick. He said so much has occurred in only a few months. So the entire stimulus of 08, 09 has been front loaded to just a few months during this pandemic. All right. It was an aggressive response. He says, since debt creation and QE will continue to be stronger than normal until 2021. Okay. He says, in quotes, we believe that total money or liquidity creation could exceed $15 trillion or more globally by the middle of 2021. All right. So do you think the market really cares about anything else? Yesterday in Market Analysis Live, we talked about hedge funds, why 300 of them had gone out of business in the first quarter, the highest number since 2015, because there's nothing to hedge. There is no more risk. The Fed's backstopping. They're buying ETFs of corporate debt. All right, they're out there flushing money into the economy. There's nothing to hedge. There's no fund that's necessary to hedge. Most people just buy an ETF. Why would somebody pay a 220 model, 2% administration, 20% of performance fees to have somebody just buy passive index ETFs anyways? All right, that's the trouble. All right, the whole industry is getting disrupted, and all of economics literally stopped working overnight in 08. Okay, that's when, or 2009, really, that's when at the time chairman Ben Bernanke made the decision to begin quantitative easing on such a large scale. All right, here we are. This morning, we're bullish. Hard to deny it. You got to trade it. You can't fade it, can't fight it. If it's bullish, you got to look for an entry if you're going to make money. If you're looking to satisfy the ego, the market ain't the place to do it. Become a doctor, a lawyer, or anything else. Your ego will help. It's going to be necessary. I would want my doctor to have ego. Okay, if I'm at the operating table, I want a guy with ego. I want to see him do the best he can. In the markets, I don't want a person with ego managing my money, and I don't manage it with ego myself. All right, so we got to let it go. Forget what you think. Trade the markets. If there is a fade opportunity, sure, go for it. But for the long term, upside's the right side. All right, this week we're going to see if volume comes in. To me, the big question is, does volume come in? If volume comes in to the upside, we're going to run it up. If volume doesn't, we could still get a pullback week. Okay, today and tomorrow are very important. In Europe, at midday, London's up 2%, Paris is up 1.8%, Frankfurt up 1.8% as well. In the U.S., Dow up 1.5%, S&P up 1.3%, NASDAQ up 1.3% as well, and crude oil overnight up 0.3%. Gold down slightly, as it should be as markets advance. Bitcoin's up 2% to mid to low 9,000s. All right, 10 a.m. we have ISM non-manufacturing index. That's going to be an important news update, and that's it on the economic front. This week, we actually have very light economic calendar. We have non-manufacturing numbers this morning, okay, at 10 a.m. Tuesday, nothing, no medium or high impact events. Wednesday, crude oil inventories, okay. Thursday, unemployment claims in the U.S. And Friday, core PPI, producer price index, which is an inflationary reading early in the morning before the market even opens. That's it. Okay, we have 1, 2, 3 events in the course of the week. So it's going to be a quiet economic news front week. Watch volume, watch how markets trend. It's going to be very important. And I get this really interesting sense. I don't know why. All right. Somebody's going to ask me, say, well, why do you think that? And I'm going to tell you, I don't really know. But I get a sense something's going to happen on the news wire this week. There's going to be an announcement. I don't know if it's going to be with the trade war situation with China, if it's going to be something with Europe and Donald Trump. I get a sense something's coming. I don't know why. All right, like a tape bomb. Just seems really calm. Also, remember this. We're entering into summer seasonality. July, August, if we start to go sideways a little bit and consolidate, it would make sense here. So you could be catching the tail end of the moves as we head into the summer market, right? That's what we got going. Hope you guys enjoy it. Enjoy the Monday. Welcome back to work. Hope you had a fantastic long weekend with your beautiful families, and I hope you stayed out of trouble. I didn't get any calls on my cell phone late at night for bailouts, So I think we partied in a civilized fashion. Proud of you, trade pros. Proud of you. You guys have a great day. Love you all and your beautiful families. Take care, YouTube. All the best. We got to open up trading room. Tony, you're most welcome. Dan, good morning. Craig, everybody else on YouTube as well. Penton, Tony, Lee, Rizvan. We'll see. A lot of you guys be good. We'll see you tomorrow for another episode. Trade pros in the room. Let's get started. Let's map out some levels, find some trading opportunities, and let's do it. Let's fight today. Let's get this money. You guys have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you tomorrow, YouTube. Ciao.